7 Jacksonville sheriff's officers arrested in 2017, the most recent accused of beating a handcuffed 17-year-old. A Jacksonville sheriff's officer is behind bars tonight on suspicion of beating a handcuffed 17-year-old. Officer Timothy James has been stripped of his power and arrested. He's been an officer for just over 3 years, but a local attorney says this is not the first incident involving Officer James. Channel 4's Destiny McKeever joins us live from JSO headquarters. And Destiny, what are investigators saying about the latest incident?
You know what? This is the 7th officer arrest here at JSO in this year compared to the 11 we had in 2016. I want to take you to what happened today. If you take a look at your screens there, you can see a breakdown. JSO says Officer Timothy James was arresting an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old near Atlantic Boulevard today when the 17-year-old allegedly spit at the officer. Now, a sergeant who was also responding to the call today says he witnessed Officer James hitting the 17-year-old in the back seat of the patrol car. James claimed the teen spit on him first. Now, Officer James has been stripped of his duties as far as right now, but we do not know if he will be allowed to come and work for JSO again. We are told if he gets that opportunity, he will not be allowed to patrol the streets. He will instead remain here working in the office. Reporting live from JSO headquarters, I'm Destiny McKeever, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Destiny. Local attorney John Phillips tells News 4 Jax Officer James is the same person who hit and killed Blaine Land last month as he was crossing University Boulevard. JSO says Officer James was on his way to a call-out when that crash happened. Phillips is now representing Land's family. Phillips also says Officer James was involved in an incident at UF Health Jacksonville in April. That's where a mother says an officer brutalized her 21-year-old son, Daniel Nyman. Phillips says James was that officer. Phillips says this is further confirmation that JSO needs body cameras or citizen review board. He says his client, Blaine Land's family, and the 2 others' incidents prove that James should not have been hired.
When an officer victimizes the victim and tells untruths once, it's kind of like, you know, everybody's mom always said a liar's a liar and a thief's a thief. We've got somebody that can't be taken at his word.
Land's family also released a statement saying they are requesting more information about Officer James. We'll, of course, continue to follow this story. Look for updates on news4jax.com and tonight on the 10 o'clock news.
Yeah, Jeff. For the second time in less than a month, an officer with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has been arrested. On your side's Clark Foraker joins us live tonight with the latest. Yeah, Jeff, the officer, Timothy James, he's been a 3.5-year department of the department, and officers say that now he's been arrested, charged with battery. They say they came in today to investigate this after claims about 4 a.m. this morning that Officer James had used excessive force on someone in the back of his patrol car in handcuffs. They say it all took place at this gas station on Atlantic Boulevard, 4 a.m. this morning. The 2 people who were arrested, a 17-year-old and 18-year-old man, were arrested on outstanding warrants in the Orlando area. So Officer Smith and a sergeant who were there handcuffed the men, put him in the back of the patrol car, and then the sergeant witnessed the officer go into the back of the patrol car and punch with a closed fist, according to JSO, the 17-year-old suspect. The sergeant tried verbally to get the officer off. Once the officer finished the punching, the sergeant says there was blood and it was clear to him too much force had been used, and so he reported it to investigators. Now the young man's brother is in town trying to check in on his family member, while JSO says they've arrested one of their own.
Never thought what happened to my brothers. That's it. You know, I'm kind of shocked in a minute, for a moment, because first thing I thought with my brothers, you know, oh, what happened to them?
We are trained to do this stuff. It's an inappropriate response, I believe, and hence that's why we're doing this.
As I mentioned, the officer's been charged with battery tonight. He's bonded out of jail and is, of course, on administrative leave because of that charge. JSO says if the officer chooses to come back to work, he'll be placed on desk duty and has been relieved of all of his police powers. Live downtown, I'm Clark Foraker, First Coast News.
Thank you, Clark.
Hey, Charlotte County. This is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is.
You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago. And so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too, because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.